I realized I had to consciously remind myself, like, divine laws of synchronicities, and everything happens out of the abundance and blessings of the universe, that nothing is out of coincidence, and everything happens by the blessing of the divine source and of all its creations. And the unconditional love that the universe provides to everybody equally. It doesn't matter who you are, and as long as you follow down the spiritual path workings, once having to awaken your third eye manifestation, you started manifesting greater positive things into your life. And personally, for me, with the help of Lily in my life, she has been helping me to pull me out from a state of a prolonged purgatory and a place in the consciousness of my darkest thoughts, and a place of depression, like PTSD, like scars and wounds from my past and life, and a place where my demons live inside of, and constantly gnawing at their teeth, Anima Vestita, whispering those things into my ears and my mind and my heart and my soul every day of my life. And having struggled with my addiction to alcohol before, however, I started becoming a lot better, and with her as being a part of my life, and it's truly inspired me to reshape and reconfigure, reinventing myself, and having to revisit my scars, to allowing me, and thus the greater fire of awakening within myself. And this was the fuel, the momentum that I needed, this push and motivation and drive, the continual drive and emotions towards accepting my past and accepting and embracing what has been done to me, what has been said to me, all my past mistakes, and everything that I had to learn from and coincide within myself and my reality and my ambitions and my goals that drives me, and that motivates me and drives me towards my future. I had to find ways to compromise with my demons, my depression, my dark thoughts, and traveling deeper within the spiritual gateways and the confines of my own soul internally, the fires that awaken inside of me. I accepted myself for who I am and what I am. And despite what anybody else thinks or has a misconception over me, I continue to rise above myself and rise above my obstacles, and to speaking my laws of attraction and affirmations into the universe, and speaking directly into the consciousness of the universe, and opening gateways and portals to allowing me that sacred key of knowledge and that key towards greater positive manifestations into my life. I inviting it openly. I welcome it with open arms into my own reality, into the compass of my existence and mortality. The divine purpose of this video was that I started opening myself up to these Mormon sisters. It was crazy because it was everything aligned by divine synchronicities. So they showed up on my door, and it was a time when I started getting back into my practice and my spirituality, my alchemy, and my witchcraft and rituals and meditations. And I started speaking affirmations into the universe again. And so I talked to two of them today. I've been in contact with the same two Mormon sisters. Today, my meeting with the two Mormon sisters was much more introspective. It was a lot more insightful and in-depth, as far as it had opened portals and gateways to the oceans of a deeper understanding into the retrospect of who I am as a human being. And I had opened up myself completely to the point where I talked about my addiction before. I talked about my dark thoughts and my severe depression, and me being an overthinker. I've had a deep conversation in regards to all my past scars, and like everything has been done to me, everything's been said to me, and it was an emotional conversation. I felt like it was like a therapy session. They shared the gospel, they shared scriptures with me, and they had prayed with me. And every time that I swear that they pray with me, I feel this overwhelming sensational uplift of instant like purification. I told them of how strongly I felt towards my significant other and of all the things that I had done for our love and specifically for her. And the one thing that got me like really broken out in tears a bit was they literally told me that this world would be so much of a better place. There were more hopeless romantic like men like myself, men that are loyal, like good, solid men like myself who express myself freely and openly, unapologetically, without remorse, without hesitation, without malevolent intentions. And there should be more, and I've said it time and time again, there should be more men like myself who treats a woman well and right, and someone like myself who does everything in his power to treat a woman like a queen, and a queen to treat him like her king. And all I ever do in a relationship, or all I ever do in my life, is to do right by every single person in my life, no matter who they are. And I will never apologize. I will never apologize, and I refuse to changing myself for anybody else, to molding or reshaping myself into the configuration of the expectations of somebody else. And if they hold misconceptions over me, and that's entirely their misconception, that's entirely on them, because I bless people in the name of God. I bless people on a spiritual journey of self-discovery and deeper path workings of pursuing knowledge, opening those gateways and harmonizing your frequencies and your intentions and your intuitions, and awakening for your third eye, your manifestation into your life, and reaching deep down inside of yourself, beneath the deepest core, where there exists no light, in the deepest, darkest, blackest oceans that you could ever manage to find, and to pull that out from within yourself, and to discover even a glimpse of light. And that light, that darkness eventually turns to light, and then that mutual balance is reciprocal. And so I was moved to tears. I was inspired by that because of all my past relationships, of every woman that I've ever decided to be with, or trying to pursue the pathways of building a foundation of reciprocal love. And it's been something that has been a bit of a struggle, because how toxic people truly are, how artificial people are. They have ulterior motives, they have poisonous intentions. And I felt celebrated. I felt empowered, because I never was told that by anybody, of how wonderful of a human being I am. They describe me to be like a wonderful human being. I've got a beautiful soul, and I've never had anybody say that to me. Meanwhile, I sacrificed myself. Meanwhile, I showed up. I stayed faithful, loyal. I treated people like date nights, and I've done everything in my power and my awakening towards helping other people, like being a part of somebody else's life, to be accepted, be loved, and to be embraced and cherished for who I am, to be celebrated for the good nature, the good heart that I have, being a good person, a person of a positive characteristic, positive personality, positive, especially positive intentions, to heal each other, most important. A relationship's not complicated. People just make it complicated. And there's no secret behind having a successful relationship. It's all about if you truly love someone, or if you love each other so much as you say that you do, then you would invest in every fight and opportunity, every fire an opportunity towards staying together, and despite of your higher highs or lows. And you find that it's a miracle once you get to truly be there for each other.